Yo, what's good YouTube? ZAMCRO here, aka Scoot, back with the iDM, and we have Season 4, Week number 6, where we're taking on Aki PGC, or Aki YouTube, and his Portland Crobats. So, this is going to be a live one. We're playing in just a few minutes, and as you can see on screen, my opponent has the Mega Metagross, very threatening Pokemon, a reward for three-peating as champion. He's got Tapu Bulu, which gives support to Mega Metagross via grassy terrain. Same for Zeraora and Alolan Mug. They all really appreciate the grassy terrain. Even Quillfish appreciates it as well. He's got the Donphan, Licky, Quillfish, Como-O, Kartana, Volibee, and the Moltres. Very powerful squad. Bulky offense. Could potentially run balance, hyper offense, lots of different options here. I noticed he's got, I think, four potential Stealth Archers, I believe, with Mega Metagross, Donphan, the Como-O. Is that it? I was thinking something else got rocks. Quillfish gets Toxic Spikes though, and I believe Spikes as well. Could be very annoying. So he's got Rapid Spin support, and he's got Moltres as a Z-move user, so I don't, like, if he brings Moltres, I don't expect it to be like Defog or something like that. I expect it to be more offensive, maybe 3 attacks with Roost, maybe U-turn. Zeraora has not a tough time versus me, but has it has to run 4 moves. Like, it needs Plasma Fist, Hidden Power Ice for Garchomp, it needs Fire Punch for Serena, it needs Close Combat for Mamoswine, and things like that. So it needs all 4 of those moves if he brings an attacking variant. Anyways, let's talk about our squad a little bit. So, it'd be untelling what he brings, but I do know exactly what I'm bringing. So we've got Mega Mawile, which is a sub 3 attacks variant with Play Rough, Crunch, and Thunder Punch. Crunch is there for the Mega Metagross, and Thunder Punch is there for the Quillfish and the Moltres. And if I can get behind the sub, then I'm in a pretty good position. My pre-mega ability is going to be Hyper Cutter, because Quillfish could have Intimidate, and I don't want to be intimidated. And if I can get behind the sub without being intimidated, that would be best case scenario. And I can probably drop the Quillfish with Thunder Punch and wreak havoc with the rest of my coverage, especially my stab with huge power. Mega Mawile is a monster. I am running max attack with Adamant Nature, so next up is going to be Garchomp, also an Adamant Nature, but I'm running a Choice Scarf variant with enough speed to outpace a Dragon Danced Como-O, as well as pretty much the rest of everything on his squad outside of like Scarf Kartana or Scarf Zeraora, or if he brought like a max speed Scarf Moltres or something like that, that would also outpace me, but I don't necessarily expect that. And we have the Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Poison Jab, and the Flamethrower. Flamethrower there for the Kartana, Poison Jab for the Bulu, Earthquake, pretty much versus everything else. And then he's got Moltres and Volibee, which I wanted to run Stone Edge for the Moltres so I could always one-shot it, but I wanted to also run Dragon Claw so I could always revenge kill Como-O, unless it's like a Bonberry. So that's the idea behind that. We are max attack, and we got enough speed, like I mentioned, to outpace a Dragon Dance Como-O. Next up we have a Zapdos, which is speed creeping Tapu Bulu as well, max HP with quite a bit of defense investment with Discharge, Heat Wave, Roost, and Whirlwind. Crobat has enough speed to outpace the Mega Metagross, and has max HP and a little bit of defense investment as well with Black Sludge and Infiltrator, with Taunt, Air Slash, Heat Wave, and Roost. Pretty cool set. And next up we have a Stealth Rock lead Mamoswine with the Focus Sash, with Icicle Crash, Earthquake, and Ice Shard. Speed creeping again, the Tapu Bulu with max attack and a little bit of HP investment. And last but not least, we have a Hitmonlee with Endure, and we're rocking the reversal set with Mach Punch and Poison Jab. Mach Punch is just in case he has like Metagross with Bullet Punch to potentially revenge kill me, since I will be low HP. I could potentially get enough chip off or just knock him out with Mach Punch depending on what range he's at. And of course Poison Jab is there for the Bulu once again, and does more, well, I guess reversal does more to Moltres than Poison Jab does, but Poison Jab does more to the Bulu. So the idea would be to weaken everything eliminate the Moltres, eliminate the Bulu, and then put everything in range of a +1 reversal from a Hitmonlee that's at 1%. So I can get my Endure off, my Lychee Berry will pop, my Unburden ability will activate, I will get 2 times speed, +1 attack, and my reversals should go ham. But that's not it anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the battle though. I'm going to send the challenge to him right now. Alright, so Aki's decided to bring the Kartana, Alolan Mega Metagross, Moltres, Licky, Zeraora. No Donphan, no Tapu Bulu, no Quillfish either. So yeah, it's going to be a fun one. So I guess Kartana could be a nice lead versus my Mamoswine. Outside of that though, I guess Mega Metagross could be an okay lead as well. It is his only Stealth Rocker, so he could potentially lead with it. I guess we're still going to just lead off with our Mamoswine here and see what our opponent wants to do with it. So, he does lead with the Metagross here. Rocks is a pretty obvious play for us. We could click Earthquake. I think we are Focus Sash. Clicking Earthquake is a fine play here. If it goes into Moltres, we don't gain anything, but we don't lose that much either. And we can switch into Zapdos pretty comfortably, or we can switch into Garchomp as well. So we're going to click Earthquake here, see what our opponent wants to do. He does stay in and get up with his own rocks there. So that's some nice big damage that we're able to get off. Nice big damage that we're able to get off there. I didn't think he would prioritize rocks because I have Zapdos, Crobat, and Hitmonlee, but since he did, and since Moltres takes way more from rocks than I do, and I think I'm going to get up my own Stealth Rocks here. I'm going to get up my own Stealth Rocks here, and then I can revenge kill this thing with Garchomp or even Crobat at this range. Get my rocks up. He goes for Ice Punch. I think he went for Ice Punch because he didn't want to miss the Meteor Mash. I don't think he went for Ice Punch because he didn't have the Meteor Mash. I think, like I mentioned, I think he just didn't want to miss it. I think he does have it. Yeah, I think our play is just to click Earthquake here. If he's got the Meteor Mash, so be it. He'll knock us out. However, if he does not have the Meteor Mash, he could be relying on the Ice Punch here. He does have the Meteor Mash, okay, so he's going to knock us out there, that's fine. Unfortunately, what that did do, though, was open up holes for Zeraora, potentially, in the late game especially. However, putting him in range of, by putting this thing low, getting Moltres low with Stealth Rocks is really good for Hitmonlee in the late game. So that's what we're going for, is the Hitmonlee win with, or to win with Hitmonlee. So I'm going to calc real quick and just see how much investment this Metagross must have to take so little from Earthquake. We did, what, 71%? So Crobat should be able to knock him out from this range. I would hate to miss out on the knockout though. I would hate for Zapdos to take an Ice Punch. Maybe I have to reveal that I'm Scarfchomp right now and go ahead and knock out the Metagross. think, yeah, I think that's the play. So I'm gonna go out into my Garchomp here, and I've revealed he's revealed Ice Punch earlier, so he knows that I'm gonna be Choice Scarf here. Why else would I bring this thing in? I could be Yachi though, so he may want to go ahead and pop my Yachi. That way it would open up holes for Zeraora, but of course I am not Yachi, I'm Scarf. So he could also have Bullet Punch as well. Although I don't. Sorry if you guys hear that. Bad traffic going by right now. So he does switch out and goes out into his Kartana, but reveals leftovers there. So what we're gonna do is gonna go hard into our Crobat. Normally we'd go hard into Zapdos, but since he revealed leftovers, we know we're gonna be faster as Crobat. Whereas if he goes for Swords Dance, Zapdos would be, in the back a little bit. So we're gonna go out into Crobat here. As our opponent goes for the Toxic, so that wasn't a bad play whatsoever. I believe our opponent is going to go out into the Alolan Muck now. Don't necessarily know what my play will be though. So he's got to fear the Heat Wave. He could go into Licky Licky. I wish I had U-turn and I would U-turn right now. However, I do expect the Alolan Muck or the Licky Licky to come out. So I think I'm going to double out into my Mega Mawile. Expect it. Alolan Muck or the Licky Licky to come out right here, right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Alright, so my opponent actually pulls the switch out into the Zeraora. So that's a fine play. He has ran Z moves on this thing, and he has ran the Inferno Overdrive, which would not be a bad play here. I'm going to go hard out into my Garchomp in case he goes for the Fire Punch or the Inferno Overdrive, which would allow me to go for the Scarf Earthquake once again. And again, he doesn't have Bulu, he has no grassy terrain or anything like that. And I will be able to 2-hit KO Kartana upon switch in now, as well as blow everything else back that's not Moltres. And I still have Zapdos to switch into Moltres and threaten it out with the Discharge. So I'm going to reveal the Flamethrower now. He may scout for this and go into Licky Licky or something like that, but again, I can just switch out accordingly. I've got to keep the offensive pressure up here. If I can get rid of, if I can get rid of Kartana, I can be in really, really good shape. So I think I'm going to go hard into my Mega Mawile here. I don't expect Flamethrower or Earthquake. It just goes for the Wish there. I'm going to click Sub, expecting him to go out into his Mega Metagross. Or I could click Crunch. I could click Crunch here. He could go out into his Moltres though, so I think Sub's the better play. I don't want to get impatient in the game. Just want to take it as it goes and see what happens here. So he does go out to Moltres. So this is basically this is best case scenario for me. The worst thing that could happen here is getting like flame body burned. So he does go out to the Moltres. I am just going to click Thunder Punch. So he does break my sub and reveals Life Orb. No flame body burn though. That's really nice for me. That's really nice for me. With no burn there. And now his team's looking really good for Scarf Chomp. If I can weaken the Licky Licky and put it in range of Scarf Chomp, I'll be in a fantastic position. Especially Hitmonlee is in a fantastic position here. So he brings out the cart again. I'm just going to go into Zapdos this time and throw off a Heat Wave. Decides to defog the rocks away, which is nice because he can get rocks back up, but I cannot. So what's he go into here? Zeraora. I think I'm going to go into Garchomp here, because if Kartana goes for anything here, it's going to be Toxicrat. Now I'm fearing the knockoff, actually. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Garchomp expecting his, I don't expect a knockoff. He goes for the Toxic, so that's a fine play there. He went into Licky Licky last time on my Scarf Flamethrower, so he might predict me to over predict though. However, getting Licky in and going for a Wish would be really nice for him. I'm going to click the Flamethrower again just in case he stays in. Yeah, he does stay in. Try to make a good read there. That was a tough one. But yeah, we got him there. That was a good one to get him on. Scarf Chomp looking that much better too. Scarf Chomp's looking really clean in this match. Hitmonlee's looking really clean in this match as well. Just double checking on Hitmonlee's item and ability, making sure I got this correct, that the EV's correct, and things like that. The rest of his attackers are like physical attackers, although Licky Licky could be mixed. This is going to be tough, man. I've got the tools to do it. It's a matter of doing it. I would like to weaken Alolan Muck. I wonder if that thing's got the Shadow Sneak. That could ruin my Hitmonlee. That's what I'm wondering. Okay. So I've got to keep Hitmonlee 100%. My phone's ringing. I'm ignoring that phone call. I'm in it's too intense of a battle to, let things happen like that. Alright, so what's happened, it was, he brought in his Alola Muck on my Garchomp that was locked in the Flamethrower, and I went out into my Zapdos as my opponent pulled a double out into his Metagross. Got his Metagross in here. I'm just running the calc and seeing what does more discharge or Heat Wave to the Metagross, and it is Heat Wave by a mile. So we're just going to go straight for this. I'm assuming he wants my item gone, but I don't need Zapdos that much. What I need Zapdos for is to keep this Alolan Mug from, you know, beating me down. So I'm going to Whirlwind him here. He could be Curse. He could just knock my item off. Either way, I don't want to deal with it. So this Licky Licky is drug out on my Whirlwind. I'm going to go hard into my Mega Mawile once again and try to get some big damage off versus this thing. I don't think it's going to be speed creeping versus me. I think my opponent goes for rocks here. I'm going to go for crunch. I think my opponent goes for rocks here. I'm especially expecting my Sucker Punch potentially. And Meteor Mash shouldn't knock me out. Even if he has max investment, Meteor Mash should not knock me out thanks to my Steel typing. Yeah. He did get up rocks there. We're able to pick up that knockout. So it's really nice for us. Really, really nice for us so far. Stunner dive. Okay, so my man's got his rocks back up, but Kartana's gone, so that's good. We're going to keep Mega Mawile just for the Licky Licky at this point. To have something to try to break through it. Of course, Hitmonlee can as well, but not as reliably. I would have to get an Endure off. I'd have to be low HP for a reversal to start working and things like that. So I don't think Crobat serves any purpose at this point. So I'm going to sack it off. Sack off the Crobat here. Goes for the Z move. Reveals to be the all-out pummeling. And we could double out in the Garchomp here, but I think that would be a little reckless. So what we're gonna do is just roost up here. If he knocks us out, he knocks us out. It's not a big deal. Can hear the phone again. So we're actually able to get off our roost. We're faster than the Zeraora, which is really nice for us. And take the opportunity to get off some damage, I suppose, with this nice Heat Wave. Oh, it does nothing. I'm gonna taunt him here. I don't want him calm minding up to the point to where he gets super dangerous. Here he's still in range of Garchomp's Earthquake. He does get a critical hit. He does get a critical hit there. And now I believe I just go into my Garchomp and click Earthquake. Yeah, he'll be able to get his Licky Licky in, but it's not too big of an issue. Earthquake is definitely the play. Like I said, we got to keep Zapdos to Whirlwind the Alolan Muck. Can't let that thing get out of hand. sets up a curse at this point, it would definitely go in. So that's 48%. That's a hefty chunk actually. However, I think he's free to go for a wish here, as we can get in our Mega Mall here and click play rough. I'm going to click play rough here. He may click hidden power. He may click hidden power. I was expecting my guard chomp, and he may just click calm mind to set up a little bit. He may just click thunderbolt as well. Let's see here, how much would a thunderbolt do? Not able to knock us out, and we're able to knock him out with the play rough there. That's really nice for us. Really nice for us. So that was a huge survival there. I hate that we got paired, because it could come into play versus the Alolan Muck. Hopefully not, but it still could, which is really unfortunate, especially if his Licky Licky was not fast. So yeah, I guess I just click. Okay, so he reveals the facade here. So we are going to go out into our Hitmonlee. And what we want is to get the Alolan Muck in. Let's see here. I gotta see how much this Licky Licky is gonna be doing. How much we're gonna be doing to Licky Licky. So I could keep it in earthquake range with Mach Punch. I think I got to get the Alolan Muck in, so that's what I'm going to do. So our opponent goes for the Toxic there, so that's really unfortunate. We are going to Whirlwind him out. Get the big Muck in. And we are going to roost up. We are going to Whirlwind him here. Alright, so what's happened was I went for the discharge versus the Alola Muck, and he went for knockoff, knocking my Zapdos out in conjunction with Toxic, I believe. Anyways, I think this is my only opportunity. I'm going to go into my Hitmonlee here. I'm going to click Endure. I'm going to hope that I don't get poisoned. And I'm going to go from there. So here's my first attempt. I'm going to click the Endure. He is going to click the... If he clicks knockoff here, it will get rid of my item. If he clicks poison jab, he has double the chance to poison me. So yeah, just going to go for it here though. Endure my hit here. Did not get the attack boost, but let's see here. Hitmonlee at 32%. Does how much to the Muck? Let's see, how's it? 24% though. Let's see how much it does to Licky Licky now. So this is a big old play here. Oh man. So Hitmonlee's not in range of my reversal doing a lot. So what I'm going to do is go into my Garchomp, and then I'm going to So that Fire Punch actually put me in a whole lot better position than I anticipated. But if I click Earthquake here, Alola Muck's guaranteed in range of Hitmonlee, and he would have to worry about his Licky Licky. I think he goes hard into his Licky Licky on this turn. Which is going to be fine, I think. I think I just got to click Earthquake here. Yeah, I'm just going to spam Earthquake here. He could click Wish here. I think I'm just going to keep him low here. I think I'm just going to keep him low. because otherwise it could get really bad for me. And if I lose, I'm looking at a 2-0 loss or better, so it's not too big of an issue. Alright, so I'm getting Hitmonlee in a position where it's going to be extremely low. Now I believe I've got a chance to click reversal right here again and get really low, but I don't know if I need it. Let's see here. Does 1% help? I guess it does. So I'm going to go for the endure here. And hope that I don't get poisoned. Well, I got burnt there. Unfortunate. I think I would have won right there, but that's Pokemon, whatever. Alright, so I just played my week 6 match for the iDM, and at the end of it, it was pretty disgusting. It was a nasty game overall, but through everything we were able to keep ourselves in a position to give us a chance to win. And then it came down to a 2v1 where my Hitmonlee was an endure set, and I went for the endure as my opponent went for rest because he predicted my endure. But then I went for a second endure, and I know my chances were slimmer than the first time, but my endure still went off, and I was able to survive my opponent's attack, live on 1%, where I had 200 base power reversals versus an Alolan Muck and a Licky Licky, both of which were a neutral and super effective hit. So, you know, not much surviving those hits. I believe based on my opponent's calc, he said I had a 63% chance to knock him out, which is a pretty high chance to knock him out. But unfortunately, as I did live on 1%, I was hit by a fire punch, and the 10% to burn actually did come into play. My opponent did burn me and was able to knock out my Hitmonlee. And I really had no words, so I just, you know, I don't know for sure, but I think my words were whatever, and then I just paused, ended the narration there. But I wanted to come back and apologize for that. Not, you know, not for being, you know, salty or anything like that, but because I didn't give an outro, and that was rude. And I believe my subs and fans and friends deserve that. I mean, a proper outro. So, despite a nasty game, utterly disgusting game, it was fun for sure. You know, when I drafted the squad, I let the league know, you know, hey, I'm way uncomfortable with this squad, but I'm having a lot of fun building with it and playing with it. And I feel like, you know, after 6 weeks, I feel like I could very well be 6-0 right now, 6-0, undefeated, because I did lose in week 1 due to a missed steam eruption. I lost in week 4
to Nova Hawk in a game where had I clicked sub instead of attacking him, then I could have won that game as well, because Mega Mawwa would have went ham on his squad. And then, of course, the game we just had Mega Mawwa not been paralyzed, had I not been burned in the end game, lots of different ways that I could have won this game too. But, you know, that's Pokemon. I'm sitting at 3-3 now, and I think we're still second in our division. So hopefully we can continue to prep and play well. And as long as, you know, I do what I'm supposed to do, I don't really mind the outcome. If I play well, then I don't mind the outcome. I think Pokemon and RNG itself, hacks, as we like to call it, it's a valuable lesson. It teaches you, like, hey man, you can do everything right. You can do everything you're supposed to do. You can prepare fully for any situation. And sometimes you still lose because of bad luck. That doesn't mean your preparation or your thought process or, you know, your values or anything like that were out of place, or that you made a mistake or anything like that. Sometimes life is just unfair, and sometimes it just knocks you down. But you just got to dust yourself back off, get back up, and go at it again. And yeah, that being said, we will get up, we will dust ourselves off from this loss, and we will come back at it stronger. We will be facing off against K Kirby and his Albany Altarias, who were the last undefeated team in the season. Last sitting at 4-0, now sitting at 4-2. So hopefully we can pick up, you know, give him his third straight loss and avoid losing two back-to-back and falling under 500. But yeah, that's going to be it. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.